The last position we're going to talk about today is the two-up position.
Great.
I'm Jay,
I'm John. This is the two-up position.
back again with you guys.
Yeah,
All right, two-up. Do you like the two-up position, John?
I do. It's
I do
favorite.
too.
It's my favorite position.
My favorite.
It's hard
where
work
you-
though.
It's where you can hit a lot of power shots.
Yeah. Now, how do you get there?
Wow.
So you have the server's part, server here. We'll go that route again. Server's partner. Because this is how the points start, right? Returner and returner's partner. Okay. Let's talk about how you get to the net as a server. And
Well,
different ways.
yeah, I mean, a simple way is you're going to serve and then follow the serve into the net by running up to the net and trying to hit the next shot as a volley.
Mhm.
And so what that looks like is if I'm serving, I typically like to hit it out to their weaker side, which would be to their backhand. Okay, hoping that they're going to give me a return that's cross court and not too low that I can volley back to the returner. One of the best serves you can use as you're serving and volleying, John, is that serve that goes into their body. What that does is it makes the returner have to move out of the way to hit a shot. And typically when they're moving out of the way to hit it, they don't hit it quite as aggressive. And that ball can come back where the next player, the server is coming in, can hit that out of the air.
Yeah.
So serving and coming in is a great way to get up there.
Yeah. I always like to think of coming in off the serve or off of a return or out of a rally, kind of in phases. So you hit the serve and you're going to move in and you're going to try to execute a split hop. We all know what that is. Doing it's one thing, a whole other thing. We want to try to execute a split hop as the returner's about to hit the ball. And that puts us about in this area here, if that's our split hop area. Okay? That's the split hop that gives you the momentum to the next shot. Split hop here, and typically you'll play your first volley from this position. Okay, from around there. If they float that ball like Jay was talking about, if you jam them with the serve, you might be able to go from split hop to a full sprint and pick off the ball in this area. But majority of the time, I think when we play players or teams that are of equal ability, you're going to see yourself having to handle a shot from this area. So it's a good idea to practice your volleys from back here so you can get to that next spot. From here, you won't win the point outright. I always like the play of first volley down the middle. Okay, I'll do that probably 50% of the time, where I take that volley and just go straight up the middle with it. Even if the returner's partner is looking for that, okay, it's going to be a tough shot for them to handle, and I've got my partner guarding also. All right, so serve and volley, you got both players up, and now you're in a pretty good position, trying to pressure opponents into hitting the lob.
Notice you have two players up in the middle of the boxes, hopefully, and now you've got the returner trapped back there, and you've got the returner's partner that's up kind of in an area of no man's land. So, like John said, you're in good shape.
When you get up to the net, there's no given spot like saying, oh, here in the center of the box is where you should stand. You have to pay attention to the situation. If you really have your opponents in a defensive position, the most used defensive shot's the lob. So read the situation and back up a little bit. Back up incrementally with how difficult you think your opponent's shot's going to be.
Yeah.
Don't just stand there and say, oh, we're going to handle the shot. If they,
Right.
you know,
And that
adjust your position.
that's adjusting your position and anticipating what they're going to do, watching their racket, all these things you can do that'll really help you. Where John's saying, let's not crowd the net too much. See what's happening.
Yeah. Now, defending against the two-up.
Wow. I know you do this great, and you hit that return, John, over the net player's head, and that's really effective because then that gets the team scrambled, and one's switching, one's running back, causes a lot of chaos.
So
The return,
it really puts a lot of a premium on lobbing, being able to lob.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think another just simple fact of the matter is when that person's serving and volleying and they're coming in, that you hit it back to the server. See if they can volley.
Yeah.
Hit it right at them and see what they can do.
Yeah, that's for sure. A variety is a big key in this too. If you can keep them off balance, not only just, keep them off balance, not knowing what to expect, they'll be a little more tentative on their volleys, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now, if you're returning and trying to get into the net, I think you can always try to return and chip and charge, and that's usually done off the second serve. When someone hits a second serve, it's more predictable, so you can anticipate the serve that you're going to receive and maybe hit that and come to the net. But I think for most of us, hitting a solid return or mixing it up and then just being patient, hopefully they give you that short ball after that return.
Yes.
I think return and rush is a little difficult.
Right. I find that's a lower percentage shot.
Mm-hmm.
Stay back, be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and again, with the 2 up, again, so many options. When we teach players to volley, we tell them it's so much easier when you're at the net of poking the ball away rather than taking full swings back on the baseline. A lot more chance of error when you're taking big swings.
That's a good point.
You just really want to try to get up there. And I think too, John, what we found is we've had a lot of success in our teams when we're the aggressors and when we get up there first, good things happen. The percentages are in our favor that we're going to kind of dictate what's going on. So anytime I'm playing, I'm not playing as well. I'm always telling my partner, let's work to get to the net. Let's be aggressive. Let's move forward.
All right.
Hey, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Check
See ya.
out our next videos that'll come up soon when it snows again. Still snowing.
All right, have a great one.
Bye.